think so. Maybe. Could be. It's a possibility. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna get started. Who knows if anybody's gonna watch? Don't really know. Anyway, okay, let's see here. So, going to work on Illusion tonight. Illusion is my website that I'm building to compete with uh, web like other services that just have gotten too much money from VCs. So if you guys are familiar with SEO services, like traditional SEO is search engine optimization. Um, so there's like these tactics and tricks that you can use as a website, and it's usually done for marketing reasons to try to uh, present your page higher in the search results. So this goes for any search engine, but it was predominantly popularized to get higher in the rankings of Google. Um, but now with AI, there's a new place where you want to have your product or service or company or name show up, and that's in results from LLMs like ChatGPT. So there's different names for that. It's like ASO it can be called, or GSO general like there's different names for it. There's a couple of services that are being used predominantly by a lot of companies that really don't know any better and are just trying to like figure things out. There's one that's called Athena HQ. I think they're just called Athena, but they don't have the website, so they had to do Athena HQ. But it's a platform for AI search. There's another one called Profound. Actually, I'll just do this. Um, Same thing, same shit. What's crazy is a lot of these websites, both Athena and Profound, got a huge amount of money from venture capitalists and other investors. Like I think Profound raised maybe 35, $40 million in the past few years. And both of these sites were built as wrappers. So they were just literally taking an existing ChatGPT or Claude, writing a wrapper for it, which is using either one of those LLMs APIs, um, and then querying it a bunch of times to see if your product showed up. And then if it showed up, um, what query did it show up in? So like, let's say you're a pharmaceutical company and you make Ozempic, right? The weight loss drug that's so popular with lazy people. If you are a marketing person at this pharmaceutical company, you want your drug name to show up in everywhere, right? On TV, on radio, on search engines, and now on AI. So, for example, you could use this service and ask it questions that a regular person might ask about weight loss drugs and be like, what are some of the most popular weight loss drugs? And it would list them all out and it would say like Wegovy, Shitcovy, whatever they're called. And you want your service to show up, or you want your drug to show up in that list. That's the high level what these companies are doing. So somehow they raised a lot of money. Somehow people are paying them to do it. And I kind of wanted to build a tool that proved that this is all like smoke and mirrors. So I had this. I've been trying to find a way to use this domain that I've owned for 10 years called illusion.ai. So I'm using that domain now for this. Um, I built this last week, obviously using AI. Um, and today I'm going to do some updates to it. And I figured I would live stream it just to have something to do. Um, so I'm going to kind of walk you through what I built so far, what needs to be built, and then how I'm competing with them. So this was a landing page that I asked. I'm using Anti-Gravity, which is a Google AI IDE, and I like to use it because for some reason um, you get way more credits using Anti-Gravity than if you just use vanilla Claude Code or any other IDEs. And it seems like Google's catching on to that because I think they're going to sunset Anti-Gravity in like the next few weeks, it seems like, because they haven't upgraded they haven't added any updates for a couple weeks now, and they still don't officially support Claude 4.7. So I'm trying to use it as much as possible until the little hack that I've been using to get more credits goes away and Google stops supporting it. So I built that with anti-gravity. And the idea is that anybody can sign up and you put your email in, we'll send you an email confirmation, and then we'll go from there. You go from there. So um, what was the password? I forget already what I set this password at. That's embarrassing. Um, I can change it later. So I'll just make a new account and show you from there. It's fine. Um, let's do start free trial. So I'll do this. Okay, so you're sent into this dashboard, and the idea is that you would add your product, right? So you could add like your name, you could add a whole bunch of things here, and then you would have this free trial for a week. So we'll just do an example. I'm trying to think of like a company. We'll do the NFL. That'll be interesting. So the NFL, it's in the categories we could put our sports, football, um, male hobbies, um, games, sure. And then use cases. So we can do that one optional. It's more for like SaaS companies. Keywords, we'll just put in um, sports, game, um, we'll do like gambling. No, we'll do just do football maybe. Yeah, so you get 3 free ones, and then competitors we could say MLB, NHL, the XFL, college football. Okay, that's good. And then what it's going to do is it's going to run through 4 different LLMs. So Claude, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and then also the AI search result thing that's on top of like Google results um, a lot of times now. So once you add the product, um, it'll add, all of this is adding. So you could edit that from here. And then what I'll do is I'll run the scan, and then this will populate in a few minutes after the results come in. So it's running right now, and it's like asking ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini similar questions about um, the NFL and inserting those keywords and then the name that I put in into those queries, and then it will generate um, if it ever shows up. Yeah, so here we go. This is pretty interesting and funny actually. So it's saying the NFL is showing up. It's still going through, but the results it's shown so far, it's only mentioned 48%. Part of that is because I did a shitty job filling out that form, but what it's doing now is it generated these on its own. So it says like which sports, football, male hobbies, games, software do most businesses use in 2026, and then it cuts it off. But the full question, it asks a full question, but I need to fix this and actually show the full question here. Um, what are the best sports, footballs, hobbies, games, tools available right now? Um, this is funny because this shows that like I geared this very much towards SaaS companies in the way I wanted the service to generate these questions, or I wanted the LM to generate these questions. Um, but it is being mentioned a couple times here. So if we go down here, it should show up a few times. Yeah, so it's actually picking it up a few times here, and then it's acknowledging that it was mentioned. Um, so that's the idea, and then eventually, once the scan's complete, If you were part of a bigger plan or a more expensive plan, it would actually generate a recommendation from Claude. Um, but there's another feature, and this is a feature that I'm copying directly from Profound. So this is a way to track your crawler data. So if you have a website, a lot of times LLMs are using their dedicated crawlers to scan your website for keywords. Um, and this service will allow you to put in your hosting information. Specifically, right now, it's just for Cloudflare. And then it will show if ChatGPT, Claudebot, PerplexityBot, how regularly they are looking at your website. And the idea is the more often that they crawl, the more likely it is that your website and service is going to show up in their search results. So that's exactly what Profound did here, and they have this as a like a premium feature, which is hilarious because they're not even doing that much work to get this out. So if I can find this, if I can find where they mention this on their website, if we go to pricing, no, maybe down here, agents, agent analytics, blah 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 blah. Stupid, go fuck yourself. Data, prompt volume. I don't know where they listed this stuff, but it's somewhere on this website. They mentioned that they allow you to use your bot tracking data, or they have bot tracking. Let me just spot. No, tracking. Oh, that's the other thing. So our website does all of the major LLMs right out of the box on the starter version, which costs $99 a month, which is hilarious that they're getting this much money from people. They only do ChatGPT tracking, and I'm sure it's way better and more refined at this point than what I'm doing after like 2 weeks of work. But it's still kind of funny. Yeah, I guess it's not here. But anyway, so what today we're doing? Oh, here it is. Found it. So these are the integrations. These are where they're getting the tools. So pretty much what they're doing is they're using all of these services, which have their own APIs that allow you to track this on their own sites, right? So like what they're doing by tracking Cloudflare bot data is something you can do on Cloudflare, right? Or if you have your website on Vercel or WordPress, that's going to be available to you there. All they're doing is just like organizing it in one place, or aggregating it. And I guess maybe they could like have an LLM review the work or something, but it's just kind of weird. Anyway, so what we're doing today is we've already done Cloudflare. That's already integrated. Today we're going to do Vercel. So the idea being that if you're part of like the bigger package here, if you're part of the starter or growth package, you would get access to bot traffic analysis, whether you're hosted on Cloudflare or Vercel. So we're going to ask our friend Anti-Gravity, aka Claude 4.6, to research what it would take to get this done. And that's the best way I've found to do this, is have it research this, also search the web, come back to you with a plan, and then you can review the work. So I'm going to say Cloudflare is working. Let's also add Vercel support. Research what it would take to get this working. Create a plan and report back. And even though I have it in planning mode, sometimes unless you explicitly say make a plan, it won't. It'll just be a little bit more thorough with its research and planning in the background before it gets working. But what I found with it actually creating a plan for you to review um, allows you to highlight some of the logic mistakes it might create initially. Um, and also, a lot of these uh, MD files help it organize itself. Um, so, anyway, um, while that's going, I'll show you something funny here. Um, yeah, I'll just show you this. This will be funny. Let me find it. So these are some of my sites. This is Illusion here. So if I go to analytics, I'll show you the visitors so far. So this was launched, 7 days ago. And we've had 113 users and 10 people sign up. Out of all those 10 people that have signed up, the vast majority are, I'm pretty sure, some sort of like Indian scam. Like you can see the countries that the traffic's coming from. Vast majority, discount this because most of this traffic is just me or my friends visiting. Most of the outside traffic, Asia, predominantly East Asia and Africa as well. It's like India, Kenya, Pakistan, Nigeria, Myanmar, Vietnam, Singapore. A lot of this traffic from these places are scams, and they're all using like Gmail to sign up. And I don't know. Let me find. Did I sign into Railway? I did. So I'll show you something funny here. Blah, blah, blah. So this is my database. I don't think I'm showing anything too important. So this is our list of users here. And I'm going to just show you the data because all these people are scammers. So these are the 2 accounts I made. And then if you go down here, these are all fake accounts. Like all of these, this is the one I just made. These are all fake accounts. Notice how all of them are Gmail except for this one, which is also some East Asian country. And I'm pretty sure they're all from like the same person or the same group. And what's hilarious is they're putting in like shitty products to test it, or some of them are. So we can actually see what these are. This was the first one I made like a couple of days ago. This is a real company. This is the Athena that I was telling you about. And then this is the one we just made, the NFL. These are the only ones, these 2 that I made are the only ones that were like properly filled out to any like meaningful degree. The rest of these are just shit. Like this dude's just fucking around here with nudes and 6, 7. So I'm kind of curious, like where these people are coming from and why they would go to like a random SaaS company that nobody's heard of. Like, I'm very curious about how they heard about Illusion, and then why they even bothered to sign up and make fake accounts and like put in fake data. And as far as I know, like nothing else has really happened other than that. The bot visits is a separate thing. That's if somebody had actually like added in their bot data, but they haven't yet. I did, but I did on another account, and then I deleted it so it wouldn't show up there. What was I going to do? Oh, anti-gravity. Okay, so here's the plan. Let's see what it says. So the goal here, like we said, Adversell is a second CDN provider for the bot traffic analysis alongside Cloudflare. So it's going to be pretty similar to what we did with Vercel. The only difference is, yes, the method is going to be different, or the API is going to be slightly different. So with Cloudflare, we're pulling the data. We query their GraphQL API on demand. The difference with Vercel is it's sending logs to us. So slightly different method. So because it's a slightly different method, the information we're going to get might have to be presented slightly differently on the front end based on that. So that's something to consider. Um, okay. This will be what the new database looks like. Oh, yeah. So it's saying exactly that. So unlike Cloudflare, we're currently in the UI, we have to click sync to automatically pull the latest bot data from Cloudflare. Vercel um, is going to do it automatically because we're pushing. So it's going to actually be better from a UX standpoint, um, which is what we want anyway. So that's great. Open questions. Do we want to require the user to create a Vercel API token manually, or should we use Vercel's OAuth integration? Yeah, I don't want to register as a partner right now. We'll just do API token for now. And then I'll say we can add a few lines about where to get the key on their website. Okay, that looks good. Okay, there we go. We'll have it review, and then it's probably just going to start automatically because there's only one thing that I updated there. And then after that, we'll review the work. And I'm doing something that you probably shouldn't do in development, but because I have 10 users and none of them are real, I'm just gonna push directly to production without testing locally, which is something you should never do, especially if you have real users. But I don't, so I don't really care. And it's much easier because both the front end and back end that I'm using tracks the GitHub repo. So that means this entire thing can be done with like very minimal input for me. Even a few months ago, it would still require me to manually push to GitHub, but now it's just like the amount of effort you have to do these days is so minimal. Okay, so while that is doing that, we can go to YouTube and fuck around. This is some crazy stuff. The third attempted assassination on, was that yesterday or the day before? I don't know how much I believe that about what they're telling us here. It just seems the whole situation's sus. The guy is sus. I don't know if you guys saw the IDF photo of him. Has anybody seen that? What was his name? Like Cole, White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter. His name started with a C. Yeah, this guy, Cole Thomas Allen, IDF shirt. Have you seen this yet? So supposedly this guy had a manifesto and he was like very anti-Trump and a registered Democrat and obviously mixed race, but he was wearing an IDF shirt, which is very strange because as far as I know, he's not Jewish, but he could be. So if you zoom in here, this was their logo, which is very very weird. Also, why was his shirt off in the first place? Was this ripped off, or did he run? Did he come in with his shirt off? It'd be kind of hilarious if he just came in with his shirt off. That'd be pretty funny. Kind of want to get one of these shirts just for shits and giggles. That'd be also pretty funny. Also, like if I ever do something crazy, it'd be funny to like throw people off. Maybe that was his goal. Is like, yeah, I'm just gonna get an IDF shirt and throw off people. Anyway, let's see how anti-gravity's doing. Baseline model quota reached. What? No. I haven't used this all day. That's crazy. Okay, that's new. I'm on their like second largest plan. It's like $40 a month. That's crazy. Huh. Okay. So my little scheme here might have ended abruptly. Let me just see. Keep going. Yeah, so I'm on the current plan. That's crazy. That's also crazy that somebody would pay $250. Damn. They must have limited this. Let me see. Hmm. Hmm. It's definitely getting worse instead of better. Huh. This guy has it right though. Futures local. The only problem is I don't have a MacBook Pro. I only have a MacBook Air, but I do need to upgrade at some point. So we'll see. When does my thing refresh? What? That's damn. That's crazy. I didn't even use it at all today. Like it wasn't like I was using this a shit ton today. This is on stream. This is the first time I used it. So they are heavily fucking me over. That's 3 days away. That's crazy. Maybe there's an update or something. No. Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna go to fucking Claude. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it live. I'm so pissed right now. Okay. Okay, we'll see what it says. So far, so good. Mm-hmm.